This is a presentation on motivation and staff development by Erin Davis. Introduction. Motivation. It's why we do what we do, or what we don't do. It's what drives us. Individuals are motivated by different things. Money, success, self-satisfaction. Some are motivated by a sense of helping others, doing it for the greater good. Development, in a work sense, refers to our skills and abilities. It refers to the processes of attaining these skills and improving on them, building on them as we advance through our careers. So, how do you motivate staff? Sometimes you need to get creative.
When we asked Reebok to send us Terry Tate, some people thought we were crazy. But I'm a firm believer in paradigm breaking, outside-the-box thinking.
Hey, buddy.
Break was over 15 minutes ago, Mitch!
And since Terry's been with us, our productivity has gone up 46%. We're getting more from our employees than ever before.
You know you need a cover sheet on your TPS reports, Richard! That ain't new, baby!
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Janice!
But what's really impressed me is how Terry's become part of the Felcher family.
Get high, baby!
He fits right in here.
That's a long-distance call, Doug!
To be honest, I wish Reebok sent us 10 Terry Tates.
You want to play games, Gene? Well, when it's game time, it's pain time, baby! Woo!
For those who can't afford an office linebacker, there are several theories to help understand what motivates staff. Some of these theories include reinforcement theory. Reinforcement theory is based on Skinner's operant conditioning, in which behaviors are associated with a particular consequence, which can be positive or negative, and strengthens the behavior over time. Expectancy theory is similar, however it looks at multiple outcomes of the desired behavior, as well as the positive and the negative aspects. Equity theory believes that everyone is rewarded the same if they put in the same work. And goal-setting theory suggests that it is the goal itself that is more important than any reward earned for achieving said goal. Adam Bernstein puts it into simple terms in his article, 10 Ways to Get the Best Out of Your Staff. Some of his suggestions are: treat people as individuals. Provide positive feedback, not just negative. Lead by example. Communicate openly with staff. Respect your commitment to your employees. And encourage staff development. Notice how the focus is on the manager's behaviors, not those of employees. You can't force motivation. Managers need to adjust how they manage to elicit improvements in motivation and attitude from staff. Again, Curtis and O'Connell go on to list additional means of motivating staff through a manager's actions. Encourage creativity in your staff members. Include staff in decision-making as much as possible. Show appreciation for a job well done, no matter how small. Make time for individuals. Communication should not just be on a group level. Take the time to speak with different employees one-on-one, here and there, so that they know that they're noticed. Consider job rotation if possible. Varying the tasks required from a certain employee throughout the day can help lighten the mood, keep things more interesting. Be a role model. Don't do anything, or don't ask your staff to do anything that you wouldn't be willing to do yourself. And finally, don't let your efforts to motivate slack over time. It is common with managers to pay a little bit more attention and to focus a little bit more on a specific employee when they're newer in the department. Over time, this attention tends to wane as more new employees are hired and the manager's focus shifts to them. Regardless of how long an employee is with the company or with that department, they need to know that they are appreciated and that they are recognized. So keep that in mind. Staff development. Staff development incorporates many phases of a nurse's career, and it begins immediately after being hired and continues throughout her career as a nurse, or his. In the early phases, as a brand new baby nurse, the first phase of development is usually orientation. Orientation is the process whereby new staff learn about the organization, its larger goals, the employee's specific job description, and what is expected of them. After organizational orientation, a nurse begins their training in their specific role through on-the-job instruction, where they are usually working alongside an experienced nurse, learning to care for an increasing number of patients until they have proven capable of handling a typical assignment load. This phase can last anywhere from a month to 3 months, depending on the organization and the specific department in which the nurse is working. Typically, preceptors are a part of on-the-job instruction for a new nurse. Preceptors are experienced, knowledgeable nurses with an understanding of proper training techniques. Nurse residency programs are a newer addition to staff development. These programs typically occur during the first year of a nurse's employment. According to Sullivan, these programs are designed to acclimate new graduates to the work environment. Once a nurse is somewhat established in her career, they move on to different phases of development. Mentors typically pick up where preceptors left off. Mentors are much more experienced, usually older, and have been with the organization a longer period of time. Mentors provide instruction, support, and encouragement once the new nurse is off of orientation and practicing on her own. Coaching is not necessarily a phase of development per se for a typical nurse. Coaching is usually a way to resolve conflicts between a newer nurse and her coworkers or a newer nurse and management. Career advancement uses developmental strategies such as clinical ladder programs to advance nurses within the organization, usually without elevating the employee to a management position. These programs involve additional work by the nurse to achieve pay raises and grade increases while still remaining at the bedside. And finally, we have leadership development. It is advantageous and cost-effective for healthcare organizations to hire from within, especially when promoting to levels of management. Organizations have the advantage of knowing the job candidate in advance, understanding their work ethic and abilities. Additionally, other staff are motivated to stay with the organization if they believe that their hard work could result in eventual promotion to management. How are motivation and development related? The concepts may be more intertwined than we realize. Sullivan states, if you don't have the skills for a job, no amount of motivation will inspire you to do it. However, with proper training, skills can be developed, especially if you have the drive or the motivation to learn these skills. And the reverse can be true as well. One study of hospital staff in Australia on the impact of learning and development on motivation showed that providing additional learning and development opportunities improved attitudes of staff nurses at work, improved their reports of self-confidence, increased job satisfaction, improved performance and quality of care, it increased commitment to the organization, and improved staff retention. All of these affect an organization's bottom line. So now that we've discussed motivation and staff development, are you feeling ready to motivate others?
All right,
I want to talk about something.
All right.
I'd like to say something that I've prepared.
You ready to get down to business and do exactly what I tell you to do?
Gentlemen, I have a plan.
At this point, you may be asking yourself,
What the hell is the situation?
Society tells us to act civilized, but the truth is we're animals, and sometimes you gotta let it out.
Snap out of it.
We have sort of a problem here. You're trying to get crazy with us. Give up. Just quit. Not up in here. Not up in here.
Loser. I ain't no loser. I don't think that you're appreciating the urgency here.
My friend, you're entering a world of pain.
You're all gonna experience intense, mental, physical strain.
ah! I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological. Just gotta stay in a positive frame of mind.
Looks like the most fun I've ever seen in my entire life.
You know what your problem is? You live in a fantasy land.
The less you do, the more you do. Think about it, you know?
Tell him, Cookie. Tell him what time it is.
It's not bull crap, each other.
Well, Florence Nightingale over here, play a little defense. Do you think you can win?
You say you're not allergic to the medicine.
Separately, we are flawed and vulnerable, but together,
We will both mash you. What? What? Where you at?
Well, that's what you gotta do when you find yourself in a vicious cockfight.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Then you win, Ricky, you win! And you don't win for anybody else, you win for you. You know why? Because the man takes what he wants. He takes it all.
we must make a stand here and now.
All right. Let's do this. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Love of God.
Carry it.
Hey, Janice. Great talk.
Thank you for listening, and if by chance these videos did not play for you, they are quite entertaining. I recommend watching them. The first one is, it can be found by simply typing in Terry Tate into a YouTube search. The second video is the ultimate motivational movie speech. Thank you again for listening.